Hi, it's the Arctic Nerd here, and today I'm reviewing Tombstone. Not my best hold up there, but my bad. Personally, one of my favorite movies, Western movies at least. Um, Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, the late Bill Paxton, may he rest in peace, and Sam Elliott play Wyatt, Morgan, and Virgil, as well as Doc Holliday, who, uh, contrary to belief, he wasn't a drunk. He all the time. He only drank because he had tuberculosis, which is a fatal disease, especially in those days. I mean, medical care in those days, if you were lucky, you got a splinter, they didn't have to take your foot. Thank God, I mean, these days a doctor can get you too, but it's not as easy, you know. Medical care certainly has come a long way. But the film starts off with just Wyatt Earp and his brothers wanting to settle, to have a good life. He was actually a very savvy businessman. Not a lot of people know that. He actually opened a bar in Alaska. I forget where. I don't think it was Nome. Where was it? That'll come back to me later. Opened it for a long time, and then sold it for pretty good profit, actually. The film Tombstone actually has a showdown, so to speak, between the Earps and Doc Holliday and the clan and McClowry gangs. Sorry. After an unfortunate incident, the only thing I would say I didn't like is the fact that they believed that a no guns in town ban would work on criminals, which is what these cowboys were. Criminals, murderers, thieves, things like that. Not good people. Not good people at all. So obviously they weren't going to listen to the law. Val Kilmer gives a haunting performance. They definitely went all out on the makeup department. Because as the film progresses, you see Doc Holliday's condition get worse. Skin starts to become paler. His eyes begin to sink in. It's such a good performance by him and by Kurt Russell, who plays the reluctant hero. Because in the beginning of the film, most of it, Wyatt Earp didn't want to get involved. He didn't want to get involved with the gangs, the crime. He didn't want to be sheriff. He didn't want to be marshal. Nothing. He just wanted to have a good life with his siblings, and that's it. Which is not much to ask, really, after you spend some time in law enforcement. Hey, why can't I settle down and, have a family? Well, it's not what fate had in store for him. Some spoilers, obviously. After a dust-up between the Earps and the Clintons, McClowers, behind the OK Corral, which cost lives of, I think 6 guys. I didn't get an exact count. Obviously, that would make most gang leaders angry, which is what I can't believe this, guys. This is supposed to be the name that inspires fear. Is Curly Bill Brosis. Doesn't make me scared, just makes me think the guy's really curly hair. Obviously, he'd want revenge, which he more or less puts out a contract on his brothers, which causes Morgan to be shot in the back and bleed out because of where it was lodged in his spine, and Virgil to be shot in the arm to where they couldn't retrieve the bullet, and that arm was useless. They didn't take it off, but it was useless. That's pretty much what set him on the path of revenge. Him and Doc Holliday. One of the quotes from the film that I would say that stuck with me was after a gunfight, they're at, why it's down by the river, just collecting his thoughts. I mean, it was a serious fight. Curly Bill Brosis was killed in that fight, and his more so psychotic second in command, Johnny Ringo, assumed control. They were getting just a brief breather. And when they were asking, one of the men I was working with, Wyatt was saying, you know, why, Doc, are you going this far for him? And he says, well, he's my friend. Well, hell, I got plenty of friends. I wouldn't go as far for them. And he says, I don't. And that kind of stuck with me. Is that he's not just going that far for a friend, he's going that far for a brother. And family is not always blood. A little known fact, actually, Doc Holliday was actually a dentist. Yeah, the guy that shot people worked on their teeth. Which is kind of funny, actually, if you think about it. It's definitely a good film. Actually, Booth Powers, I don't know, not a lot of people know who that is. He played Curly Bill, which again is just such a stupid name. There's also Billy Zane. He's in there. I don't know the actor's name that plays Johnny Ringo, but I do know that he plays Kyle Reese in the first Terminator film, which is always a good film. I would give it a 10 out of 10. Not just for the dedication to costume design, scenery. They did get quite a few things wrong. Like the handgun that Wyatt Earp used. And the little known fact that Doc Holliday actually had a Derringer, which is a small 2-shot pistol. It's not much of a threat. Yeah, no, it's one of Val Kilmer's best performances. Kurt Russell too, Sam Elliott, which I actually didn't know that was his name for a long time. And the late Bill Paxton, who will always be one of my favorite actors, especially from Aliens. I mean, he's such a wimp in that film. But yeah, I would recommend it for anybody to watch. Even if you don't like westerns, I guarantee you like that one. So this is the Arctic Nerd, signing off. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a good week.